Has it always been that dramatic?
Okay, well, we are going to go ahead and get started tonight for our last meeting of the school year. It seems like the school year has flown by in a lot of regards, but we've got a lot accomplished this year. So we are going to go ahead and start with call to order. The time is 5:32 p.m. And we need to make a motion for approval of minutes. Would anybody like to make a motion for the April 17th meeting minutes? Okay, Becky, ready? Second? Okay.
Oh, I love these names being called
I know,
out.
good job. Names and all. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with our PAC Executive Board election for the 2025-2026 school year. We went ahead and opened nominations from March 16th all the way, was it March 7th, I believe, all the way through April 16th, prior to our last April meeting, and announced our nominees for the election for this year. At this point right now, we have all people running that are unopposed. We have Holly Darrow for president, Ashley Dumas for vice president. We have Nicole Teeter for treasurer, Leanne Saliga for secretary, and Miss Robles has been nominated for our event coordinator. At this time, since we are running unopposed, we are suggesting that we go ahead and take a vote. Yes?
I make a motion to approve as presented.
Okay. There's a motion on the...
They just want to get this going.
Becky Whitty makes a motion to approve as is, and Aaron Sheffer is seconding. Is there any discussion on the floor? Okay. All right, so at this time, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay. The board for the next year will be Holly Darrow, Ashley Dumas, Nicole Teeter, Leanne Saliga, and Miss Robles. That was very easy. All right. We are going to go ahead and do our treasurer's report. Nicole?
We have $63.36 in Square and $26,408.86 in the bank.
And we also do have a total of, I think it's $42 in cash outstanding that was from the last couple of performances that need to be deposited. As far as the CPA update, our taxes have been filed. They were all submitted. They're good to go for the year, which gives us the ability to now go ahead and apply for the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, which is very exciting, which means we can now accept large donations for the school and go ahead and go forward with our grant committee, which is wonderful. This is a very big success.
Finally.
Yes. It's been worked on for months. I will say we will have to do our second round of CPA work for submitting July 1st for the half year. So that will be January until June 30th, 2025, we will submit it in July and go ahead and get that approved, and then that will be on term for our fiscal year. But outside of that, we as a board did meet, and we finally have a conflict of interest policy in place. If anybody is interested in a copy for that, we can send the conflict of interest out to anyone who is interested in that. That is required per the Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services that we had to have a conflict of interest in place. So that has now been accomplished as far as the board. Again, if anyone's interested, please reach out and we can get you a copy. The governing board report. Rob is MIA right now, so when he'll be back. I'm sure he will be back. So at this point, Ms. Hellman has asked if she could go ahead and be moved up in the agenda to go ahead and present. Would you like the microphone? Sure. Okay. She's going to go ahead and do our leadership report early today.
We've had this fiscal year. We just had our last meeting this past Wednesday to kind of plan for our next year. We made a list of 20 events that they would like to do through service learning. So we bumped our goal up from 15 to 20. I'm excited about that. And then we had some logos put on our buckets for cleaning. So things from Valerie. So she donated those for free. So we have our logo now, so everywhere we can go to clean. It'll show I belong here. And then we're gonna have our end of the year celebration, and that is gonna be next Wednesday at Sky Zone.
Ooh, fun.
Yay. Okay, want to turn it over to Rob?
Rob, you weren't here. We moved you to the bottom of the list.
Thrown at everything. Make sure I have my agenda from last week, 2 weeks ago, or whenever it was. Okay, so for those who don't know me, I am Rob Bittler. I'm the treasurer on the governing board. And my role here is basically just to go over with you guys what we talked about at the governing board meeting back in April, on April the 26th. So, we approved our minutes. We had a leadership league update. I know you guys don't get any of those. We had a PAC update from Ms. Holly. Treasurer's report, blah, 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 blah. We talked about the principal evaluation. So every year the board does an evaluation of the principal, because while the principal handles all the personnel at the school, we are responsible for the principal. So we do her review and do her contract and all that. So before we can do her contract, before the 1st of July, we have to do a principal review. Right now, the cadence is every year. So we discussed that. Ms. Sir presented, we were talking about creating our own mental health plan outside of the district and having our own resources. So she presented that to the board, and the board approved it. And then we got our committee reports. So, Finance Committee, which is me, we presented our budget for the fiscal 25-26 year, which starts the 1st of July. So that was presented to the board, and the board is reviewing it, and we will be voting on it to approve it at our next meeting, which is next Thursday, a week from tonight. It is a preliminary budget because the state hasn't approved the budget yet. And apparently there's a little bit of contention of the state budget. So we can't approve ours until they approve theirs, because that's going to determine how much funding we actually get. We have an estimate in there right now, but we're working off of that. It's a conservative estimate, what we think it's going to be. So we presented that. Calendar committee. The calendar committee, so we gave an update on what the calendar committee's been doing for the last couple of weeks, for the last couple of months actually. And the calendar committee recommended to the board that we consider it for a school week for the 26-27 school year. Not next year, but the following year. We then tabled that motion, not to vote on it, until May, because we wanted all the board members, even though they were all on the calendar committee, we wanted to get feedback from various stakeholders, including parents. We had a committee informational meeting the following Tuesday. There was a poll that was sent out to both staff and parents. The board is reviewing that data now, and we will be discussing it at the meeting, and then we will be taking a vote on it. So that's going to happen at the next meeting. The future planning committee, we gave an update there. We talked about the 2 or 3 big focus items that we're going to focus on over the next 1 to 3 years. We also proposed a modification to the school mission statement. We added, to foster intelligence, artistry, and individuality for a lifetime. And then to the end of that, we added through excellence and innovation. Not bad, can you still remember that, huh?
Good job.
So that was presented to the board, and the board approved it. Let's see, principal evaluation committee, we already did principal evaluation. There were no policies and procedure committee updates, and there was no teacher retention and recruitment committee update, really. I don't think we had any old or new business, and that was about what we did. So there's a board meeting coming up next Thursday here in the theater at 6 o'clock. Everybody is welcome, and we'll see you then. Any questions?
Will the results from the 4-day proposal from parents be shown at that meeting?
They'll be discussed, they're not going to be, it's the board has them. So we all have them, we will be discussing them, we're not going to do a presentation going is total responses will be mentioned, as well as percentage for, against, and not sure. We're definitely not gonna release individual comments there.
No, I was just wondering, like, for transparency, if there was gonna be a general 50% agreed
Oh, yeah,
that they would, or this
yeah,
20% said no, kind of a.
That will not be presented to the audience in a let's go through the results, but the board will be discussing that.
Okay.
I'm sure the staff results will be discussed in the same manner as well. Yes, ma'am.
Is there gonna be public comment allowed at that point?
There will be some public comment allowed, as always. I'm not sure if it's gonna be at the very beginning of the meeting or after we do our board interviews, because it's gonna be a very long meeting, so a lot of stuff to go through. We have our own board elections and re-upping, like I'm up for my second 3-year term. We have to do officer elections, and then we have board interviews, and we have probably at least 5 candidates, if not more, that we have to interview and then discuss and then vote on. So we may do that up front and then get into the rest of the meeting, or we may do public comments first. That's gonna be up to the chair to determine. But yes, public comments will be as always.
You've moved them to after the interview.
Have we? Okay. I yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I was wondering, do you have to be a board member to be part of a committee?
No, you do not. So where you're going, I'll bet, is why was the county committee board? Is that where you were asking the county committee that
It's a
they
good question, but no, I mean,
Okay. No, you
I don't
have
want to be a board member, but I might still be interested in being part of another group or
Right.
committee, so.
So-
Do you have to be a board member?
So quite honestly, it depends on the committee. So there are some committees, like the finance committee is pretty much board members. The technology committee is myself and Mr. Rummel. He is not a board member, but he's the school IT director. The future planning committee is a bunch of staff that are not board. So there are some things, but the calendar committee specifically was just board members, because in the past, when we talked about this last January, the board members said, well, we don't have all the information that we need to make a decision. So we formed a calendar committee of just the board members, so that all the board members could come in, brainstorm, could have all the information, and now we've removed that roadblock. So now everybody has all the information and that kind of stuff. Those calendar committee meetings, though, were also open to the public, were advertised on the website the same way all of our committee meetings are. So even if you're not a member of the committee, you can always attend the committee meetings so you know what's happening. Okay? Anything else? Okay? Thank
Is
you.
it broken?
No, he might have just turned it off.
No, it's still on.
It's not. Thank you for those reports. Okay, we're gonna go ahead into upcoming events. We have our Conant Ice Day in School Day on May 20th, next week. Our dance tech performance is that night at 6 p.m. Kindergarten graduations, May 22nd. There is various times based on the classes that you're in, but that will be during the day in the morning. The governing board meeting is that night at 6 p.m., and that'll be in the theater. 8th grade promotion is May 23rd at 6 p.m., and there is no school on the 26th. 5th grade promotion is May 27th. Again, there's varying time for the 5th grade promotions based off the classes. And the last day of school is early release on May 28th, on Wednesday. Upcoming events that we have coming up for August, we have something that we started new this year called our kindergarten and 4th grade park meetup. And that's for incoming kindergarten students and also 4th graders, whether they be new coming to the school or just going into 4th grade. The date for that is August 9th. It's a Saturday. So yes?
I would say as an incoming new to the school, that was really
Yeah.
awesome to see other families and kids, and maybe someone we already knew that was also coming from other schools, and so.
That was an amazing suggestion from Katie Hodgins. She suggested that last year as a way to build relationships, not only with the students that were coming into the school, but also parents get to know some, as an icebreaker situation. Yeah. Yeah, so I agree. I was there making sure that the people who didn't have the chance to pick up their water bottles and stuff were able to get it that day as well, so I was there. We also had Kona Ice there as well, so they get to play in the park for a 30-minute time slot. What we do prior to that, they'll find out what their teacher is at Meet the Teacher, which I know Ms. Sir is working on the date for that. They'll find their teacher assignment, and then we will have them posted on our Facebook page, as well as sending out and remind as far as the time slots for each of the classes that are meeting. Yes?
Our fourth grade teachers put the invitation that you had designed, like in the
Oh,
Oh,
awesome.
that's wonderful. So
That's a good idea.
please let me know when you need that by, and we'll do our best. But there will be time slots based off of what classes your children are in. But that will be on Saturday, August 9th. Back to school bingo has already been scheduled for next year. For those of you who attended this year, it was our first time ever doing it. We had over 200 people here,
It's
and
a lot
it
of
was
fun.
amazing. I had lots of parents coming up to me and raving about how much fun it was and asking when we were going to do the next one. But that's set for Friday, August 22nd at 6 p.m. And then I'll go ahead and announce our next meeting for August as well has already been scheduled.
The 21st.
And that is the day before, Thursday the 21st. So most of you are attending our monthly meetings. It's the third Thursday of every month. The only time that we will not have it next year on the third Thursday will be in March due to spring break. But outside of that, if you want to go ahead and schedule for every single month from here on out, it's the third Thursday, August, all the way through May. Third Thursday, 5:30 p.m. Okay, so we sat down and wanted to do a total recap as far as what we accomplished as a PAC. When we started this year as a new board, we set an expectation and a hope and a prayer that we could possibly raise $50,000 for the whole year. And good luck.
You're stuck with just us the rest of the night. Just Holly and I.
We've got band performances, other performances. So you're stuck with just Ashley and I now. But we set out a goal of raising $50,000. Last year we raised $31,000 prior to expenses coming out, and we were able to donate almost $12,000 back to the school last year. This year we set a goal of, could we even dare to dream that we could raise $50,000? At this point right now, we as a PAC we are literally $250 away from reaching $80,000 as a PAC this year, which I'm blown away. I can't even believe that we were able to accomplish that, but what's more exciting is what we've been able to give back. And so I'm going to start, and I'm going to go through each one. We had Emmy Kragowski, one of our parents, who painted the teacher lounge mural in the teacher's lounge. That cost that give back was $277.06. We were able to do the Husky Hangout Gaga Pit. That was $2,149. We were able to do our first PAC introduction to the teachers. So what we did is the PAC board members came. We supplied Dunkin' Donuts, coffee, lemonade, juice for the teachers before their first day of school, and that cost $310.61. We were able to do our sponsored teacher lunch for Teacher Duty Day in October. We received $1,045 in donations, and the total cost of the lunch was, with Sonny's Barbecue and Crumble Cookie, that was $1,589.82. Our teacher snack cart throughout the whole year, we've done it monthly, including it with all of the ice cream days. But in addition to that, we were able to do that from the holiday party. We were able to do extra days. So even last week, for Teacher Appreciation Week, we were able to do days. I think at this point, we're almost at 11 teacher snack cart days for the year, which totaled $1,181.24. This year we did something new. We did all of the decorations for the Halloween dance, winter ball, glow dance, and then we also contributed decorations for the 8th grade dance this year. That total was $611.32 with our dance. They're okay. With our decorating crew, that was a huge help this year to be able to do balloon arches. Thank you to all of our decorating crew who has stepped up and helped with those dances. That was a huge help for us. Our Holiday Shop Media Center giveback from Holiday Shop this year, we were able to contribute $7,052.36 back to Media Center. We were able to throw our teacher holiday party, which cost $2,505.05. And we were able to supply that from doing our Small Business Saturday event that was here in the parking lot with over 65 vendors.
Wasn't Holiday Shop more than that?
That's what we gave back. We had over 12,000 in sales. Okay, teacher clubs give back. We have been able to do Kindness Week banners, the Orlando Science Center night that we had here. We had Science Center fair bags who went to the science fair for 5th grade. We were able to do bags for them that included snacks and it had their kids' names on it. That teacher club give back so far has been $2,019.20. In addition to that, the Kona Ice Teacher Commissions. Now these are year to date so far, because we do have another day coming up. But teacher commissions have reached a total of $269 for Kona Ice Teacher Commissions. Those are when we do clubs. So if we had the art show night, the money that was brought back from Kona is given directly to those art teachers. For our Love in Every Letter event, which was our community outreach, we were able to visit 6 nursing homes, make over 600 Valentine cards, and over 600 wooded roses were contributed, as well as cookies for all of the staff at 6 different locations. And that was a give back of $505.46. We also did our Sending Smiles event, where we were able to make 125 paper airplanes to be included in the Avenge Pediatric Cancer Foundation Easter baskets that were distributed at Arnold Palmer Hospital. Our Teacher Duty Day, just this last March, we were able to do our D&K Sweet Treats Donut Truck and Coffee Truck. That was $500. We were able to do the Swank Motion Picture Licensing and Projector Screen that we've purchased for future movie out in the parking lot nights. And that cost $1,024.97.
The nice thing about that as well is when teachers show movies in classrooms, this covers those movies in the classrooms as well. But clubs are able to use this if any clubs wanted to do movie nights for their teams or anything like that. This really covers the school as a whole for showing movies and stuff like that in the classroom. They're not breaking any licensing rules by doing that.
Yeah, and so what we plan to do for the future for that, you pay a one-time a year fee, and that covers us the ability to reach 40,000 different movies that we can pick from. And we plan to do several more movie nights coming up. The projector screen is wonderful. We can use it multiple times as well. So that's not just the fee for the Swank News licensing was a fee, but then also that includes a projector screen. So that won't be as much next year since we already own the actual screen. The theater chair donation, we were able to give back $10,000 towards theater chairs replacements and repairs. Teacher Appreciation Week, we were able to, Yard Charms and by J&S Signs came and did the teacher, we love our teachers signs, and Texas Roadhouse did our potato bar. We had 2 days of chair massage with Tiffany Mole, our chair massage masseuse that came and did them in the PAC den. We were also able to do the teacher snack cart and contribute 96 gift cards to all of our teachers and staff for $56 for Amazon gift cards. We received 3,000, and $376 in donations towards that, which we were blown away as well from the support of the families wanting to love on all of our teachers and staff. With the Teacher Appreciation Week, we as a PAC were able to contribute back to the school $6,156.16. Year to date for student gifts, we have been able to do a Domino's pizza party from when we did our Domino card sales. We did our science class celebration for all of 6th grade. We were able to donate 2,943 testing snacks for all of the FAST tests and EOCs. We also have upcoming the kindergarten 5th and 8th grade promotion graduation gifts that we will be providing for all kindergarten, 5th grade, and 8th graders. In addition, we are planning to do something we've never done before, and we're planning to throw a yearbook reception for our 8th graders. And so we will be providing some sort of snacks or food for them to enjoy while they get to get signatures for an hour and a half with their friends for their yearbooks. That total for student gifts year to date so far is $2,714.37. Okay. We still do have some upcoming give back projects as well. Which include the last day of the, okay, hold on, let me go back. Everything that I just told you, all of those things, total give back year to date. We have given back $38,860.62, almost $40,000, which I am blown away with, because once you hear the next coming up list, you'll be even more shocked. The last day of teachers, we still plan to do a donut and coffee truck for the teachers on the last day of school. We still plan to do a give back to our school as well. In the years past, we have contributed at the year end always $5,000 back to the school. It hasn't been decided on what that money is going to go towards, but we do have that earmarked to give back $5,000 to the school. We are also planning to replace conference room chairs for the ESE classroom. If you've ever been in the ESE room, it looks like a chair graveyard.
It needs some love.
It needs a little bit of love. And so we plan to find new chairs for us for the ESE conference room. We are still planning to work on the teacher's lounge, and we still plan to do the PAC Den. Those upcoming projects are earmarked to total over $10,000, which means for the year, our year end in total will be almost $50,000 that we've been able to contribute as a PAC. And this is not because of my work or Ashley's work, but all of us as a PAC, as a family, the amount of work that has been put in this year. It's because of you guys. And so thank you so much. I'm blown away. To even say that we could even dare to dream our budget at the beginning of the year of what we thought we might be able to give back. We thought that we might be able to give back $18,800 to the school. And to know that we're almost at $50,000, it's amazing. So thank you for all of you who have contributed this year, the amount of volunteer hours that have been put in. At this point right now, we are going to be looking for banner and discount cards sponsors as well. It's that time of year where we'll be reaching out. So if you know anyone who would like to contribute, have a banner on the fence, we are going to be opening up additional spots that will be on the main road of Pleasant. So we will have a couple of new banner spot opportunities. With that, we are doing something that we've never done before.
I feel like that's like our theme.
Dun, dun, dun. Everything this year has been new. Everything.
Something we've never done before.
So I'm going to turn it over to Ashley because we're pretty excited about this.
Hello. So this is something that we've kind of discussed numerous times throughout the year as a board. We've done little things here and there. We've gotten requests from teachers for smaller things to fund. plates and napkins for kindergarten graduation. Science night was one of the bigger ones. And so we had talked about as a board doing teacher grants next year, and having funds set aside and having the opportunity for teachers to be able to apply for whatever they may need for their classroom or for their grade. So that's something, we don't have all of the information on it yet. It's something that will be finalized over the summer. But it's something that we've discussed doing next year and using the funds that we raise from banner sponsors, and putting that towards teacher grants for next year so that teachers are able to apply for it. We will have a separate grading committee for it. It will not be PAC board decided. One of our board members will be a chair, like a committee chair for it, but we will be asking for parents to come on to this committee and be voting on it with a grading rubric with these. So we're hoping teachers put in some effort, we need, exactly what the dollar amount is needed and what exactly they're looking for. The more detailed, the better. And this would be a good opportunity for teachers to be able to get some things that they may need for their classrooms, or they may need for their students, or they just may need for their grade in general. They would be able to submit it through us, and we would have a grading process to be able to allow this committee to approve or deny those requests based off of the need, the number of people it's affecting, how it helps the school. So that's something we'll have more information about at the beginning of the school year next year for teachers.
Yeah. The teacher grant thing, we have as a PAC talked about it for the last couple years. We just have not had the funds financially to be able to figure out how can we figure out how much to put aside. But I'm excited to see what happens. Kind of like the teachers get to do a little homework or assignment themselves. They can put a slideshow together and then
a dance, perhaps.
Yeah, sure, a dance. But to be able to see some of their wish lists come together, maybe they might have some big ticket items that they can submit for. It's going to be decided by the teacher grant committee parent group, whoever that is, whoever decides to be on that, and then the grading rubric will decide whether they can qualify for that grant or not. But we're excited to roll that out next year. We want your feedback. And so we've done and incorporated a lot of new things this year. And we need your honest feedback as possible. What did you like this year? How can we grow? What can we do better? Do you have an idea for next year? Something that we can do for the future? So we are going to be sending out a parent and teacher surveys that will be sent out in the next couple days. The parent survey not only includes things like, which events did you attend this year? Which one was your favorite? What was your favorite thing that you attended? Is there any way that it can grow? What was your least favorite? How can that improve or grow? Do you have any additional ideas? So we're going to be submitting that out here in the next couple of days for teachers. Same thing. Their questions are a little bit different than the parents. What can we do to help the teachers? And what events they may have attended as well, but those will be sent out soon in the next couple days. I do want to thank all of our volunteer committees this year, our decorating committee with Megan, and those who've helped. Valerie, I know, has learned how to do balloon arches, she is a master now.
You can't tell people that. You have to keep that close to your chest.
She even came and helped on Friday for the 8th grade dance, and she doesn't even have an 8th grader. And so she came and did the 8th grade decorations, the balloon arch for the 8th graders to have a backdrop. So thank you, Valerie, for doing that.
For me too, because I was definitely afraid of them. Like middle school, they scared me. They were so great.
You were afraid of the middle schoolers. I thought you were afraid of balloon arches.
No, well, that at first, but after doing my but they were such good kids. We had so much fun doing it.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, we're excited for the decorating committee again next year. We'll be asking for volunteers at the beginning of the year if you like to decorate, if dances, all of that is extremely helpful for the school and the teachers. From years past, if you can look at SIR right now, they used to have to come in, the teachers and Miss SIR, and have to decorate And it took a lot of time away from their own personal family. So us being able to take some of that stress off of them and taking that on as a decorating committee has been extremely helpful for them. So thank you so much to our decorating committee. Craft Pack, we still have one more day left for Craft Pack, which will be next Tuesday if anybody is available to help. Typically Craft Pack meets during the school day from 8 to 11. We were able to make 143 dozen bouquets, 12 dozen. We made 226 half dozen, 825 single roses. Our candy bouquets so far year to date, we made 194 chocolate bouquets and 295 sweet and sours. We have about probably 42 more that chocolate need to be made for the end of the year's graduations and promotions. Our grant committee leader, Leanne Saliga, who's learned a lot this year to know that we have to have the Department of Agriculture before she can do what she needs to do for next year. So we've got those things in place for next year. And also a big thank you to Katie Hodgins, which is our Sign Up Genius coordinator for all of the lunchroom volunteer opportunities. She did all of the sign-ups for lunchroom for, I think we started it in September maybe. Mm-hmm. For the whole year, she did them. So thank you to Katie Hodgins. Ms. Sir, it is your turn. We have the principal's report. Do you want a microphone?
Do you want me to?
Yeah, have them ready. If I have to have it, you have to have it.
I really thought band was going to be a lot louder.
They will be.
Okay.
So really good news. I got a call. I'm sure y'all got the reminder, but I got a call a couple weeks ago from the sheriff's office that we were approved a sheriff's crossing guard for next school year. So 3 years. They will be located over right across the street from the police station, so that will be the only corner that any student or family will be able to cross. They can no longer cross on the other side where we currently have Miss Rane as our crossing guard over there, because once you have a sheriff's crossing guard, no one else gets to be a crossing guard. So that was fun to find out, but we have one sheriff's crossing guard over there in the corner. They are hopeful to have someone in place to start the school year. But I actually meet with them in 2 weeks to get all the new rules and regulations that I can send out to all of you to how to get your kids safely to school. So I'm very excited for that. We have quite a few activities still coming up. Obviously tonight's our band concert and then the dance tech show. It is a very cool show. It's a lot of student choreography. So if you're interested in coming to that one, I want to say it's on Thursday or Friday next week. Thursday. Tuesday, I lied. I don't even know what that is. Okay. Tuesday next week is the dance tech show, and then we have our promotions and graduations coming up. 8th grade promotion is at the center this year. So if you have an 8th grader, please be sure that they give you your tickets, because they all signed out their tickets, so they all get 2 free tickets. I believe that tomorrow's the last day you can come in and purchase your 2 reserve tickets for your family until we open it up to everyone to come in and buy as many as they need that are available. So very excited for that. If you've never been to an 8th grade graduation or promotion, it's a production because it's Ivy Han. So we have our 8th grade dancers, our 8th grade drama students, 8th grade band students, 8th grade singers. They all perform, and this year, special announcement, film actually is going to show some of their films. They did a whole journey through Ivy Han from kindergarten up to 8th grade. So I'm sure I'll be crying. And then they do a big slideshow at the end, so they kind of morph all the students' faces from littles to big. So very cool. But yesterday we found out that our film students also got second place in the PSA. It's a national competition through Student Television Network. And our students got second place in that with their PSA on texting and driving. So very excited for them. They've done a great job this school year. Next school year, we have a few things that will be changing. At the beginning of the year, you're going to get a sheet with all of our big school-wide activities on it, so you can place them on your calendar and not just wait for my phone call or the newsletter to come out. So you should be able to put all those on your calendar so you can attend all of our wonderful events. Some of our events are changing next year too. We're very excited for that. And then we have a fun new theme next school year. So if anybody eats cheese balls or pretzels that come in the big barrel-like container, I would love to have your container once you are done with it for our theme. So
we can post that on Facebook too.
That would be wonderful.
Sure.
That'd be great. I think that's it, Mr. Fittler. I think that's it.
I have a question.
Perfect. Yes.
Do you know when yearbooks will come in?
Yearbooks got delivered today.
Woo woo.
I got to look at them. They are very, very cool. If you ordered a yearbook, all of the stickers that you see inside, so they're not like push-in stickers, but all the sticker graphics that you see, students placed each one of those individually. It is not a template. So I'm just saying that because they put a lot of work into it, and if we all are in Canva, like I know we all are, we think it's a template, but it is not. They created and placed every single sticker in that yearbook. Ms. Wallard is going to work on getting them all out to students. 8th graders will not get their yearbook tomorrow if they're asking, because they get their yearbook in a special way.
Very nice.
Yearbook reception.
How do you know if you ordered a yearbook? Because I'm sure that was at the beginning of the year and I don't remember.
You can go into the website and you can search it by it'll make you an account if you use your email, and it'll show you your orders.
Okay, cool.
Because I ordered mine, I realized, I was like, oh shoot, I gotta order it quickly. And I went in, and afterwards I went in and made an account with the email that I used. And not only was my purchase from this year there, but my purchase from last year showed too.
Oh, okay, cool. Because I don't even remember getting anything about it, but I was gone for a month in November, which is probably when it came out. So I don't remember. I'm like, did we get it?
Yeah, you can buy a yearbook all the way back in Meet the Teacher time. So if you're interested in getting a yearbook and want to get it all done then, you can go on to buyyouryearbook.com and everything will be set up.
The earlier
It's
you do
cheaper,
it,
too.
the less expensive
See,
it
now
is.
that you're mentioning Meet the Teacher, I feel like you did do it then.
I think a lot do that.
Yeah, because that feels familiar.
A lot were smarter than me.
Thursday, the same time it was.
Meet the Teacher?
So the Thursday before the first day of school.
So the 7th?
The same time frames. I know it goes till 7. I want to say it's 3 to 7. But I'll be sending all that out here shortly as well. So you can look at my calendars and hopefully you all are in town.
Okay, so she just said August 7th, Thursday is going to be Meet the Teacher.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Is the center helpful? I know a few months ago you guys were having a hard time trying to find a location for the graduation. Were they flexible and worked with you for the most part?
Yeah, the hard part, because we kind of put all of our eggs in one basket and then it didn't work out, was the date. So the Friday before Memorial Day, that wasn't optimal for us. We really wanted the Tuesday, but they let you book it 365 days in advance, and if you show up and you're really nice, they let you book it 372. So book for next school year.
Yay! That's in mine, we'll graduate.
Yeah, without having to do that. Okay.
So we like to schedule 8th grade promotion the Tuesday after Memorial Day every year, as long as we're in school that week and we've been in school that week while I've been here. That's usually when we like to do it, because everyone's back in town. So that is when it's booked for next week.
Well, good. Glad they were able to help for next year. 'Cause that's what I was wondering. Like, were they accommodating and like, hey, we can do this for you again, so you're not scrambling?
We are the only people who can book it in a day, because we use every single one of their chairs. So we have the whole venue to ourselves at promotion.
That's
That
nice.
would be nice though. Yeah. And spots for pictures.
It's only, it's 700 chairs, but that's the biggest venue we found. That wasn't outrageously priced or outrageously too big.
And it's close too for a lot of the families that are.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. If you've never been at the center, it really is a beautiful location.
My friend did her wedding there. It was great. And I did her first birthday there.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say, if you're going to promotion, we kind of have to wrap it up very quickly, because we have to be out of the venue with all of our stuff out by 8. It starts at 6. So
Oh
when
my
we get done,
Lord.
we're not being mean, pushing you outside to take your pictures. We just have to get out of there.
Says get out.
Exactly. Or you can help me carry things to my car.
Okay, some new business. With us having Texas Roadhouse this last Teacher Appreciation Week, they have offered to do a spirit night for us and have given us a couple options. We can do an in-house spirit night. We could do it next week, we could do it the last week of school, or we could wait until the beginning of next year if we want to do something like that. The other option is they can actually have you do a meal package that's
Family meals.
Family meals that you can order at a package rate. And so those would be, you just go and pick it up during a certain time slot from the venue at Texas Roadhouse in Orange City. We did to potentially talk about the idea of doing vegetarian options, and then also a meat meal options for families. And the option also as far as going over and picking it up at Lake Park instead of here after school. I want your feedback. Is this too much at the end of the year? Is it something that you guys would be interested in? I love Texas Roadhouse. I know Ashley loves Texas Roadhouse. But is this something that you feel would be better suited? We can do both. We can do at the last week of school, or we could do at the beginning of next year.
What do you mean an in-house?
When you go to the restaurant and you tell them, I'm here with Ivy Hahn.
And you like
we'll give you
10% of your, and like 10% of your bill.
Now, if
comes
we
back to
do
the school.
the pickup option, they give us, I think she said 35% back to the school. If we go in-house, they only give us 10% back. But it's kind
Bills
of
your bill will be
up to
larger
you.
in the.
I think that would be I think it'd be a great idea to do the pickup option, and let's get it choreographed with back to school night. Cause then, I mean, I don't know about you, but our back to school night was like McDonald's run. We went home, had to bathe the kids, like do all of that. But
Back to school night.
If we do it with back to school
What about
night,
meet the teacher
I
night?
think that's.
Yeah, that's what I meant, meet the teacher.
Texas Roadhouse could be here. And you pick up your
You can
meals here, pre-order.
After you're done with getting.
No,
You said it's from
no,
Amazon.
I'm looking at her.
There's just a lot of people here at Meet the Teacher.
But you said they could go to Blake Park for pickup, right?
They could.
So like if you could coordinate them over there when they're.
Or even in the parking lot?
Teacher, go pick your food up and go.
Then you're taking parking spaces.
I'm just thinking like they could set up tables at the front where people pick it up on their way out.
Why can't we?
Does anybody like the idea of doing it the last week of school?
No.
Does anybody like the idea at all?
So my thing with it right now is we've just got so much going on. My daughter has dance performances, like there's so much going on. I just don't have time
Okay.
to do it.
So is
now.
everybody in favor of doing it at the beginning of the year?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so we'll
Maybe
work
even
on.
the first day of school. You know, we're all busy the first day of school, have it set up for the first day of school where it's a pickup or
Well, what time did you do meet the teacher last year?
It was early, yeah.
I think, that's why I'm saying it. I just put on my computer, guys.
No, it's fine. If you did it though, it would make it so easy if they could do meet the teacher and then they pick up their meal and then they go home and eat.
Yeah.
That would make it super easy. Okay, we'll talk. We'll talk about it. Is there any feedback from you guys before we close tonight? We have 10 minutes before our meeting closes. Is there any feedback on this year that you guys have?
I think this year was awesome. Like, I know this is my first year here as a parent, but not only, and I've been in other associations, and I mean, you and I have talked a lot, Holly. I've been in other associations that were just a giant clique, and this doesn't feel like it. It feels like teachers and parents and the community getting together, working together for the betterment of the school, the betterment of our kids' experiences. I've gotten to have a great relationship with my daughter's teacher because of the PAC, with Miss Sir because our kids, if nobody knows, our kids are going to get married apparently. That's all news to us.
I'll do the balloon
It all started
But,
at
like,
Ivy
it's
Hahn.
just been such a great experience and such a positive experience. I'm really looking forward to next year being able to be more active and really, like, I think the PAC this year is just become what it should have been all along, and that's a community of people who love our kids and love this school and love what it stands for.
I second that. I love it. I've met so many people and learned a lot. I've really enjoyed it. Get to kind of help out, kind of serve in a way. And kids, when I come now, they're like, "Hi, Miss Molly," you know, and that's such an amazing feeling. So I can only imagine what it is for you guys as teachers and things. And the love that I see behind the scenes, coming in as an outsider, watching. There's true, legit love for these kids. Like, I mean, I've never seen teachers so, just vested in these kids. And it really is awesome. Again, so for a first timer here, I couldn't be more pleased with the school and just everything. I don't have one complaint whatsoever. And
Yeah.
the teachers are wonderful. It really made for a successful first year. So I totally commend everything, the PAC, the school, what you're doing. I mean, it's been amazing.
Yeah.
It's been an awesome experience.
This
For myself.
This is, like I said, if you went to the first meeting, this is really out of my comfort zone. This is not, at the first meeting, I wanted to throw up because
She
I
did.
was so nervous. This is not
I think she
my-
rehearsed the entire meeting with me on the phone before the first meeting, literally
I
like
was
an hour
so
long.
nervous, guys. Thank you for taking a risk on me, because this has been a year of growth for me individually, personally, myself, of learning like to step outside of my own comfort zone and to do things that I've never done before. Rob and I, you can say, we've had many conversations on what to say and what to do and how to write bylaws and what an agenda is and all of the things. So for each one of you, my right hand, Ashley, thank you for everything that you've done this year. The amount of time this woman spends on the phone with me.
I want to call my phone company and see if they can give me record of it. I'm really
But I mean,
curious.
seriously, she may talk to me sometimes 10 times a day.
Definitely.
And
Huh? No, but my phone goes, Holly Darrow calling.
multiple times a day. I've learned to get up earlier because Ashley's a morning person and I'm a night owl. So I might go to bed at 2 in the morning, but then be up at 7 because Ashley's up.
I had a
early.
missed call from her last night, I think at
At
8:12.
8:06,
No,
yeah.
I think it was 8:12. I was already asleep. I think she was like just getting ready to like
Have
make dinner.
Dinner.
I was in bed.
This year's been amazing. I am incredibly grateful to each one of you. You all have made me stretch and make me grow. I'm sorry, I'm tearing up. I know for
It's
those
been a
of you
few
know
meetings,
me, I
it's
haven't
okay.
cried in a while, but I am just so incredibly grateful for everything that we've done together as a PAC. I'm excited to see what we can do next year. Keep in mind, we have new parents coming in at our next meeting in August. It's new people. Go and embrace them, help them to feel loved, tell them that they're cared about, invite them to come and be a part of it. Because the goal for PAC is to build a family that they can reach out to. Kindergarten families are going to be together for 9 years. And it's not just the kids that have to be together. The parents are going to see each other at every single event. So let's work together next year to continue to pour into these new families and help them to feel loved. I can only imagine where we will be for these new kindergarten families, where we'll be 9 years from now from all of the memories that we've built together. And so I'm incredibly grateful for each one of you. If you guys ever need anything, you guys know that you can call me at any time. And if you called me at 3 in the morning and you said, Holly, my car broke down, I'd probably pick up the phone and go get you. If you need anything, please reach out. If you have questions, please reach out. If there's anything I can do to help, if you have ideas, please reach out. But I appreciate you. Have a wonderful summer. Please rest. Enjoy your time with your babies. The time goes so fast. Does there any questions or comments before we close? Ashley?
You covered it.
I just want to point out, Holly, your rose-colored glasses brought $80,000 to the school.
We did that.
No,
We
no.
did that.
You helped us do that. Because without great leadership, us as parents cannot commit. I have phone calls from you, hey, can you do this? If I'm not thinking about it, if somebody doesn't reach out to me, if somebody doesn't guide me, I'm not gonna be that committed. I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a crazy mom. Leadership. And that's why the school succeeds. We have Miss Sir, who's an amazing leader. We have an amazing PAC. We have an amazing board. Those rose-colored glasses made the difference. So don't ever let anybody take away your sparkle or your rose-colored glasses.
I appreciate that. Ashley's got the black, solid black.
We always
glasses.
we say I'm the black cat and she's the golden retriever.
She's the yin to my yang. You need both. You need both. Like when I'm rainbows and butterflies in the sky, she's reeling me into reality, right?
Yeah.
But we're a good team, and I appreciate that, Kim. That means a lot. Thank you. Have a wonderful summer. Our time to adjourn will be at 6:26. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Anybody else want to stay? All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Thanks everyone.
Thank you.
Did I say the time?
Happy summer. Yeah, 6:26.
I said it right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks